Ahoy hoy, I'm Captain Boomies, and I have spent my entire life at sea obsessing about yachts. Join me as I take an up-close and personal look at some incredible vessels, revealing what it takes to craft some of the most jaw-dropping yachts on the planet, and more importantly, how folks enjoy them. Whether you're reeling in a big one, plunging into the sea, or just throwing one heck of a party, there's a million ways to soak up the fun. Let's dive into the yacht life.
Hi, my name is Tom. We're right now in South Beach, Florida, and we're anchored right out in front of Star Island. I believe it was in the late 90s. I was in Key West, actually in Marathon, coming north, and I found a place called Plantation Boat Mart. And I needed a boat. I just needed to be on the water. I saw everybody out on the boat, everybody's having fun. I didn't have a boat and I wanted to have a boat. And I stopped in this place called Plantation Boat Mart, and at that time it was called Hydrosports. I saw these Hydrosports and I said, I need one. But I knew that it was a weekend and I knew I didn't have any money on me. There was no way to buy this boat on the weekend. And somehow I came across this gentleman named Elias sitting at a table, and I told him my story, I told him about my past, I told him my love and passion of everything, and that man shook my hand and gave me a boat on my signature that weekend and said, come see me Monday and we'll figure out how to pay for it. And that was 23 years ago. I have been loyal since that day, and this will be my 7th boat that'll be delivered from them, and this will be the 2nd year that we are their extreme fishing team that we fish for HCB. Last year I did 1,000 hours on our boat, and I left in May and didn't come home till the end of August. We started in the Abacos, which is the backside of the Bahamas, which is some of the prettiest water you'll ever see, and we ended our trip in the Exumas. So this year we're going to start backwards. We're going to start in St. Thomas, St. John's. We're going to fish our way all the way north into the Exumas and into the Abacos at the end of July. And then we're going to end our extreme fishing team at the White Marlin Open, and we're going to debut our boat fishing against the bigger yachts. There's just something serene about being on the water. The yacht life gives you the ability to not only explore other places, but there's just something special about fishing, about going out and enjoying your day, getting everything that's bothering you behind you away from you. When you're offshore and you're just trolling or you're fishing and you forget what's happened behind you in the world, there's nothing like it. And HCB gives you that ability. So the nice thing about the HCB yacht is that because of its size and because of its speed, we can get up early in the morning and hit any grounds we want, go fishing, be back at the boat by noon, and we turn our days into play. We go out to the sandbar. So the greatest thing about that boat is our ability to travel with it and take it anywhere we want, no matter what the seas are. There's absolutely no better feeling than being on this boat. There's no better feeling than hearing the water. There's no better feeling than waking up and seeing 360-degree views of just an amazing view, and the sunsets and the sunrises, and just, you sleep better than you ever will anywhere else. And the nice thing about having the yacht is you don't have to leave. When you're at sea with the yacht, when you're exploring, when you know you're going to a different country, you're going somewhere different, you can land somewhere and stay another day. You can land somewhere and go another week. You basically just can go live your life and not be set to any time zones. You come and go. If you don't want to leave that week, you stay another week.
We are at the Miami Boat Show, and if you know me at all, you know that I love boat shows. And I'm so excited to go check out HCB and all of their gorgeous displays. Ooh, hello, pretty lady. That is so comfortable. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 600. That is amazing. Just leave me. I'll be here all day. I'm so excited to step aboard this vessel in particular because she is the winner of the Innovation Award at the Miami Boat Show. And just judging from these gorgeous countertops, I can see why. These displays are massive, considering that they've given so much space to the displays and still have all of this room so that it's easy to come and go from below. That's a really brilliant design. This system here controls everything on the boat. So if you want to turn the deck lights on, you just hit that little button right there, and we've got deck lights. Attention all stations, attention all stations. I love this yacht. Bienvenido! We're in Miami, and we're gonna check out this next yacht, which has a unique story. So come on. Hello!
I'm Tom.
Ah, this is gorgeous. Permission to come aboard.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much. HCB is currently building Tom's new yacht. So today, we'll be checking out a demo yacht that is similar to the one being built. What yacht are we on right now?
We're on the new HCB 48 Campion. It's their first one they've ever done this size. Last year I was on a 42 with triple 600s, and this year we have quad 600s back there.
Very nice. So this one's yours?
This is our demo boat.
Ah.
This one I'll be fishing for them for the next couple months while my new boat comes out, and we'll have it sometime in June.
Wait. So you're designing your own new yacht?
That's the neat thing. The factory took me up there and they let me redesign this as a fishing boat. It's been known forever as a pleasure and how well they've done, and I've turned it into a fishing machine.
The Campion was a yacht that I really wanted to get my hands on. She's an award winner for innovation, and I'm a huge boat nerd. I needed to see this.
So one of the neatest things that Elias and his staff and his team have allowed us to do is brought us to the factory, and I toured the 48 Campion before it even was being built and explained the things we needed to do to be able to change it to compete in the fishing world. And he allowed us to convert his yacht from one of the best in the industry and what it's known for into what we call an extreme fishing machine. And we were able to do that by putting 1,000 hours on that boat last year. And when we get to deliver this boat, we'll fish 15 to 20 tournaments this year to prove how well these boats can fish.
What's your favorite kind of fishing to do?
Meat fish, wahoo and tuna fishing and dolphin, mahi-mahi.
Oh yeah.
The best. I put over 1,000 hours on my boat last year.
That's an
1 year.
insane amount of time.
The invitation of the factory was really neat because it was so secretive. Nobody was allowed to know, and it was so neat to feel like you're part of the team, and we had to sign NDAs and you couldn't say anything, but to be able to walk in there and not only have a conversation with the engineers, we walked the demo boat that was half built. So after 1,000 hours on the 42 in 1 year, knowing what I needed on the 48 to compete, they allowed me to go up there and they allowed me to sit down and make the changes that we need. And some of them I see in this demo design. They actually took my ideas and put them in this boat, and that is amazing.
How do you have time to do anything else?
I didn't. I work to be able to go do this.
Okay, so you are doing the yacht life really hard.
I am. I'm loving every minute of it. I was gone 90 days. I traveled all summer last year.
That's incredible.
We were born and raised in Florida. I've lived on the water, and this is all I've ever wanted to do. I just want to be on a boat. Just being able to wake up one morning, doesn't matter the seas, you can go fishing, you can go to a sandbar, you can go just take friends out, and just, there's nothing more serene than just being on the water. I've just always loved it.
What else do you like to do on board other than fish?
Well, you know what's nice is you can get up early with this boat because it's so fast, it's so efficient. You can go fishing, and then you can be back at the mothership by noon, and then you can pick everybody up, you go to the sandbars, you can go hang out and dive, you can do anything you want. So every day we had something different planned.
I respect Tom Biddix so much as a fellow mariner. He really loves the water. I asked you what your favorite kind of fishing is, but now I'm gonna ask you, so does that mean you do tournaments?
Yeah, so one of the things we created was an extreme fishing team. What we've turned it into is to prove that not only is it a luxury boat, not only is it an extreme yacht, but I've proven that you can fish this boat. And one of the things that Elias and his team and his staff have allowed me to do is make changes to the boat to become a true fishing team. And so we're really excited to announce that we got sponsored this year by Mercury Pro. We have another couple of sponsors we're going to announce. But this year we're going to go out and show that HCB can compete against all the fishing circuits. So we have probably 10 or 12 of the major tournaments.
Yeah.
And we'll end this year at the Marlin Open in North Carolina, South Carolina area, where you've seen it's like $3 or $4 million for first place. And we're going to enter these boats against the big sport fishing. So Mercury came out, and I don't know when, I believe it's over a year ago, but we were the first ever HCB to have the 600s on the back on our 42, and it's their V12 version. And the motor has been amazing. As a matter of fact, we're proud to announce that this year we got picked up by Mercury. So we are official, not only the HCB Extreme Fishing Team, we're the Mercury Pro Team.
That's incredible. How do you think she's gonna do?
Well, I mean, depending on seas, they're definitely gonna be a little more comfortable, but they're never gonna get as far as they can. They're not gonna find the fish like we can. And we think that we'll be competitive against them. We won a couple last year.
That's amazing.
So we think we'll do really well.
Do you think the technology on board this very innovative vessel is going to help you out?
There's no boat on the market that has what this boat has. This boat's going to change the market. There's no 48 yacht on the market like this anywhere. There's nothing like this.
Cruising through Miami on a yacht like this feels amazing. Must put on your bucket list. Okay, there is so much going on.
You don't know where you're
Like I'm blown away already by how much tech I can just see. First of all, this panel is so cool, but I happen to know that we can do cool things like switch to our anchoring view, switch to our fishing view, and it'll handle everything on the yacht, like the water pumps, the deck lights, everything that we could possibly need to just controlled from right here.
There's nothing like it. There's no boat like this anywhere.
Seeing the display of my yacht and my lights on the yacht as I yachted, 2 thumbs up. But you told me that there's another sneaky thing that this yacht has, which surprised the heck out of me. And that's air conditioning.
Well, we're right here. We have air conditioning coming out in our vents right here in front of us. And then, and then if we're completely closed in, we have air conditioning in the seats behind us. And then our rear-facing seat and mine that we're designing in the yacht has air conditioner in it. So we're always comfortable when we're fishing.
That seems like cheating.
Could be.
I love that. That's incredible.
It's the extra things they've allowed us to do to give us the comforts that we need to be able to be extreme fishing.
Air conditioning at the helm, yes please. My favorite silly detail of the technology on this boat is that I can change all the lights overhead and throw myself a little disco. Like, I totally understand why this yacht won awards.
It's just not overhead. There's lights in the deck, there's lights in the panels, there's lights in the floor, so the whole entire boat can become a rainbow.
Party hard.
Yeah.
Hard party. Party hard.
Yep.
You can enter party mode at the push of a button.
But this particular piece just won an award at the show, and one of the neatest things about it is how clean the deck is. So if you've ever been on any boat, every toggle switch, everything's hidden, everything gets messed up.
Yeah.
This is all touchscreen. There's nothing like this out there.
It's gorgeous. I really love this part. It's very interesting because you can actually raise and lower the bow table. You can extend the shade that's on the back of the boat.
You can shut the whole boat off. You can turn the generators on. This runs the entire boat right here from your fingertips.
I would stand there pressing those buttons all day if they let me. This one is just the demo, and you're just checking out all the tech. So tell me about the one that you're actually designing for yourself.
That's what's the most exciting is that they allowed me to go to the factory and actually design a fishing machine. So we're taking this yacht and turning it into what I call extreme fishing.
Well, you are a yachtsman. I mean, you're taking us right now to your other gorgeous vessel.
This is the mothership, and I designed this mothership to be able to support this one.
This man yachts. He's got yachts and yachts and yachts of yachts.
So my first 42 HCB was blue, and I bought this boat and matched that boat to the HCB instead of the other way around. So,
of course, you need a yacht as a support vessel for your yacht. So you really are designing your yachts to fit your whole lifestyle.
To fish a fishing lifestyle to prove that HCBs can be a yacht, but it can also be an extreme fishing machine. And this design of this boat behind you here, and the reason we did this is the mothership. So this is a support vessel for the HCB. This was designed just to support this boat.
And who picked that color? I love that color.
I did. I did. I loved it. And like I said, I made that boat look like the HCB. And now the new boat that we're designing, not only with the new fishing options and all the new fishing upgrades and the crazy technologies that are out there, we matched the new boat blue again.
Wow. It makes perfect sense. He's got his mothership and bring the little yacht along. Because if you want to bomb around and catch a bunch of fish, you don't want to be taking your big girl out. So why blue? Why that blue?
We said we wanted something to stand out, and after 1,000 hours of fishing that boat last year, it was probably one of the most complimented boats we've ever had. People loved the blue, people saw it, people knew what it was. When you win the tournaments, they recognized it. And then when we wrapped this boat to be the mothership, it stands out. It's beautiful. I love it.
I'm a yacht captain. It's really fun to see a mega yacht with this Campion as its tender.
And by them allowing me be able to make it the Extreme Fishing Machine, I'll be the first boat that has chill plates. We'll be the first boat to have our own ice maker. This boat will make its ice for its fish. So if we're running 60 and 100 miles like we do to compete, we can make ice and save the fish. We'll have tuna tubes on this boat, which allows us to actually fish against the guys on the big boat. So we'll have live tuna on the boat. We're gonna have a live well up front. So we are actually gonna have a true extreme fishing machine.
And the comforts of a yacht.
Not only is it, one of the highest tech boats that's out there, it's probably one of the best riding boats that I've ever been in. And it'll take on any sea. So any tournament we're in, we're not scared to go out and fight the big yachts. We're not scared to go out and fight the big 60 and 90 foot convertibles, knowing that we can compete.
If you are not one of these obsessed fishermen, let me break it down for you. Essentially what he's saying is that the kind of assets and things that you normally only find on 80-foot sport fish, can't do anything else vessels that only do fishing, you can find on this amazing yacht. And then you can have cocktails up here on the bow. It's amazing.
Best boat in the world. Yeah, there's nothing better. There's nothing like it.
I love it. I even really like this little teak detail. That's nice.
And then when you wake up in the morning, you come and see 360-degree view of just gorgeous waters. There's no better feeling anywhere. That's the yacht life.
This was such a treat, and I loved every second of it. But the party's got to stop. Let's head back to the dock. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So excited for you and your new yacht. It's going to be gorgeous.
Thank you.
Ah. It makes perfect sense to me that this vessel won the Innovation Award at the Miami Boat Show. She's incredible. They have crammed so much helpful technology into this perfect package of a yacht. And it's beautiful. Look at the details, the sexy flare of this bow. She's so crazy fast. We went 0 to 45 knots in no time at all. I'm still a flutter about it. The Campion was an absolute delight to get my mitts on. Now I get to show you who is behind all of that glorious technology, engineering, and design. I need you to meet Ryan Garrison. Ryan, what is your title here?
So I'm the design engineering manager, and I get to kind of lead and head up a lot of our new product development and new, bigger deviations.
Normally when people think design, they think, oh, picking swatches and things like that. And we are in a room full of those. But in yachting, design tends to mean the hull, the platform, the propulsion, the specs. Where do you fit into this whole puzzle?
One of my favorite things about yacht design in general is you have to think about all of them, right? So we've got a phenomenal team. Everybody has kind of their specialty. So we've got the electrical team and the mechanical team, the powering team, the structural, the fiberglass. I get to kind of head up all of those a little bit. So I like to tell everybody I know a little bit about most of them and I'm not an expert in any of them. And I'm a little bit of an artist as well, so everybody makes fun. I'm the guy that's always drawing all the pretty pictures and selling product that we got to figure out how to build.
To me, the Campion feels like you've taken all the customizations of all of your clients over the years and rolled them into one gorgeous project. And all of those ideas came from the people that really care, especially Tom Biddix and his love for all things water.
Biddix represents our market, or our target really, for where we were trying to go with the new boats. And we did exactly what you just said. It was always, we get to do some pretty cool deviations, some custom items throughout the years. And as you do them, you find out not only what the market sees and it's like, oh, I want that, or we see a product and we're like, golly, this was a great execution. Maybe we should turn that into a regular offering. And so when you go back and look at all of the past projects and then decide, okay, they need to be included in how we're going to execute these new models. And Biddix is one of the clients that we constantly lean on to find out because he represents who we want to build for. And it's the family guy. It's the guy that wants to take his kids to the sandbar but go win a fishing tournament. We want to be able to tailor to that market. We want him to be able to comfortably take his family from Florida to the Bahamas and back in a day, both in a little bit of air conditioning, but really out in the sun and enjoy the boat.
What was it like when he came to the factory?
I was super nervous. You know, we had spent 18 months kind of developing the boat and we had just started building, and he was coming to kind of review it and give us feedback and give us help kind of make those decisions and those pushes. And so I was, if I'm being honest, I was nervous. Like, what's he gonna think? And I remember kind of walking around the deck, and this was very early on. You know, we had the hull of the deck and we're trying to kind of describe it to him. And some of the feedback was pivotal to our decisions at the time, right? Like, we were floating between this or this, and just having his feedback validated a lot of what we were doing, because I think he was just as excited as we were. So.
The bolt screen is so cool, and I loved playing with the lights on it. Where did that concept come from?
Several places, but mainly out of the space we had to work with. Our helms typically have a series of buttons in reach.
All the starship buttons
Yep.
that you normally see on
Exactly.
the helm.
And even with some of the new boats that have digital switching or digital control that's built into, say, their Garmin screen, it's hard to reach it, but it's not intuitive, right?
Yeah,
Like,
the
it's-
multifunction displays where you have to go through the menus and find the thing, those are hard to use. This was intuitive.
Yes, so that word is what drove a lot of the project. Like, it didn't matter if we put all the buttons on that screen and still fit the screen in that location. It had to be intuitive enough for someone to come on and figure out how to operate the boat. And then if you can do that in a way that you can operate the whole boat, like the lights, and sit there and play with either all of the lights at once and turn just the gunnel on, or just the lights under the helm, or play with courtesy lights and down below, or just turn them all off at once. I don't want to say there aren't other guys that have pulled it off, but I don't think they pulled it off the way we did. So.
Do you worry, since you are the person who has to do the big overview, that you might miss a detail?
All the time. All the time. And I think the amount of conversations or debates, it's what makes our team so great. Like, lots of the internal, behind the scenes who really cares about what color the button is in this one little location? But we'll have a conversation about it for 20 minutes and go back and forth and weigh the pros and cons. So to answer your question, yes, I'm always nervous that we're making the wrong calls, but I think we're making a lot of the right ones as well.
Got all the support that we need.
I remember a moment where Mike and I kind of looked over at each other and it's just this like blown away kind of, this boat is a beast. We felt that way, and you can get excited about any project that you're working on, and well, maybe it's just us that are feeling that way, right? Like, but then to instantly hear that from Biddix and to instantly hear that from other clients, we're proud of what we created in that sense. So it's good.
Building the Campion was no easy feat. It was created from hands-on collaboration between HCB and yacht owners like Tom. I loved getting to pull back the curtain and see what all goes into creating excellence.